Jill Peirce is a well-known author and lecturer who specializes in the science of sound, which is now widely acknowledged throughout the Asiatic and alien worlds as being a key to the sixth dimension, which, among other things, is responsible for that which we call creativity and inspiration.
I think when we are inspired, for example, when we're inspired and we are in a creative mode, as an artist, as a composer, as a writer, we are tuning into the nature of the universe through a kind of resonance, and which means that we are able to translate the structure of the universe into some other modality. I don't use the word symbol because I think it's much more than a symbol. I think it's a kind of recognition of what it is. It's almost like a translation rather than a symbol. It's a translation of something from one form to another form through the agency of the tuning of that individual who's being creative into the nature of reality and how it is, and then translating it into another means, which is then, in a sense, made human and therefore available to all other humans because they recognize the humanity of it and at the same time the divine nature of it. So there is a complete transformation of the material world into the spiritual one. And this, I think, is something that only human beings can do. So we have one aspect of ourselves which reaches out into the heavens, into the multi-dimensional universes, and at the same time we have our feet very firmly on the ground. And so we're able to bring these translations about because we uniquely are both physical and non-physical. And in my work, I find that this whole translation process is done most effectively through sound, because sound, in a sense like humanity, is something on the one hand very material, in that if you analyze music and if you analyze sound, it comes about through counting. You know, if you go like this, you're interrupting the continuity of your experience. If you do it faster, you get rhythm. If you do it still faster, you get a note. If you do it still faster, you get the harmonics. So that the whole of music is counting, really. It's something it's pure counting, which is about as materialistic as you can get, material. At the same time, if you play a Beethoven symphony or a Mozart symphony, and you're moved to tears, there's no way you can describe that to anybody, because it's the emotion that comes about through hearing music isn't something which is in any way material or describable, or you can't reach it through language or counting. So it's a completely magical experience. So it's a feeling that we get that we are part of something vast and something wonderful, because we recognize through the identity of these sounds, both to us and to this vast universe, that we recognize what we are. And we recognize not what we are as something little and reduced, but something vast and wonderful. And insofar that there are certain kinds of music which all respond to, it is these kinds of music which touch into these parts and provide this kind of recognition and a sense of joyfulness that we are part of this great, wonderful and joyful universe.
Music is the harmonic vibration of all substance and is the source of human emotion. The spheres are the souls of the substance of matter from where life begins. Man is united with the universe by the life force of all matter throughout the spheres.
Well, first of all, the spheres, in traditional understanding of the spheres through the Christian tradition and into the Renaissance, the spheres were supposed to be the spheres of being which separated humanity and the earth from God. And so when a soul was born, a little bit of God substance separated from God and passed down through all these spheres, through the realms of mind and potentates, and the realms of the angels and the archangels and the fixed stars and the planetary spheres, down through the elements and finally into the element of the earth. So the soul would pass down through these, and as the soul did so, it would pick up the astrological qualities, the particular configurations of its own nature according to the space-time moment of its birth. Now, at the same time, if what Plato tells us is true, it would also pick up its own musicality. It would pick up the musical quality of the spheres according to the space-time moment of its birth. And so it would be born a musical being. So it's actually the understanding that comes to us through understanding sound is that the universe is not only alive, but understandable.
On her many journeys into space, Elizabeth Clara learned that Archon's race lives in harmony of body and mind, which is the foundation of healthy existence and responsible for the elimination of disease. They know that most diseases are caused by emotional or psychological stress. Archon told her that all cosmic neighbors looked at our world with watchful eyes. They see that the natural world is dying through the imbalance which we are creating in nature, reducing the resources we live on, and they are out there waiting to help.